Hello, wonderful. It is Sarah. And if you have seen my new work and the cover of my new book and talk about my new podcast, you might be asking if I'm quitting my job or not doing the toxic person proof stuff anymore, or if I've just had I don't think I'm quite in midlife yet, but maybe like a midlife crisis. And no, absolutely not. What people remember about me is in like my book, Becoming Toxic Person Proof. And what they kind of forget is the lovely subtitle of Clear the Confusion and Learn to Trust Yourself. And after a toxic relationship, say you had a toxic parent, okay? And all your decisions were made trying to make that parent happy so they weren't upset with you. So the way you make decisions or solve problems is really about trying to make the other person happy or trying to figure out what they want rather than listening to what you need, listening to what your intuition is saying, learning to, and if you've experienced gaslighting, where someone's throwing all these confusing problems to you to make you more confused so they can control you, it becomes really hard to solve problems and make decisions because it feels like everything is raveled up together. And so, my new venture, all my clients and the Wondrous Women are like, oh no, you're not doing anything different. This is exactly what you've been doing for 5 years. But my clients kept getting promotions. They kept getting raises. They kept solving problems with their kids. They kept solving problems at work. And so it was interesting as the years went on, the feedback that people gave me is like, 2 years later, I would hear from someone and they'd say, I just need you to know that those problem solving strategies and the way you taught me to think about life's decisions and problems to solve, I use it every day. The toxic person situation is long gone, but the way you taught me to think, the way you taught me to problem solve, the way you taught me to save time through problem solving and thinking has just lowered my anxiety. I feel like I have so much more control of my life. I'm not losing time. I'm not losing energy. And it's like, okay. And I just kept hearing it over and over and over and thought, maybe this is important too. Maybe I need to expand this part of what I've been teaching outside the world of just the Wondrous Women recovering from toxic relationships, because they were using these tools at work. They were using these tools in parenting. They were using these tools in trying to get a hotel when they bumped against obstacles. I mean, the stories are just unreal. And in all the situations that came up, and that is what they said made the most difference in their life. And so if you think I'm quitting my job or think I'm totally jumping ship and doing something else, no, I am not. I believe that the biggest time management technique that we have forgotten about and the biggest time management technique that people are not utilizing are two things. One, dealing with toxic people. Toxic people suck an incredible amount of energy. Hoping someone changes and working harder and harder to get them to change, biggest time waste in the world. The second biggest time waste is indecisiveness. What should I do? I don't know. Well, maybe I'll just ignore the problem. Oh, I'll just put it off till tomorrow. Oh, I don't know what to do, so I don't want to do anything. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm afraid. Like, that is the second biggest time waste. Maybe the biggest time waste. I don't know. Both of those things are just terrible time wastes that I want to help people overcome, because if you really want to be toxic person proof, you have to be able to trust yourself. You have to be able to trust your decisions. You have to be able to unravel problems so that you're not always confused by problems, especially when they're really big, really serious problems. And that could be a toxic person at work. That could be a toxic person in your family. That could be a toxic person in your home, though I hope it is not, because it's terrible. And that is where this change has happened. So as you see, my new venture, my new podcast, my new book, it's not really any different than what I've been doing at all. It's just taking those tools that have made my Wondrous Women so successful and giving them to the rest of the world. So I hope you check out, it's my new book, Problem Solved, is coming out in September, and it is about simple habits for complex decisions. And then my new podcast will launch in July, which is Problem Solved, Decision Made. So I am not jumping ship on my toxic person proof stuff. But I am going back to the subtitle of my first book, which is Clear the Confusion and Learn to Trust Yourself, whether it's toxic people or anything else. Have a great day.